Hello my Scrappy friends, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for day 6 of our Advent Calendar series, which of course means it is also day 6 of the COAPA Cutfiles YouTube Christmas 20 Day of Cutfiles Hop. So day 6, the theme is food or baking, and what better photos to use than of Cutie Patootie Lincoln baking some rumbles. I mean, I know it's not baking, but you know, he's only little. So I have cut out the super cute cut file that literally says the word bake, and Katie has these really cool actual plastic pocket inserts that are the half size. So instead of being 6x8, they're 3x8. So I have cut my paper down to a 3x8 size. That backing paper is a 6x8 paper pad that is a Vicky Bouton's pre-made backgrounds, which is super cool. So I just cut one of those in half, stuck them together so they match on both sides, and then I put my cut file on top, and now I am just embellishing up my cut file, or my page really. And I love that little Santa hat and sentiment. But while I was looking, I found this next one, which is the North Pole, and the way that the flag goes, it really needs to be on the front page to fit in between the letters, the B and the A, because it won't fit in between the K and the E. So I am now carefully trying to peel off what I've already just stuck on. Luckily, it was super quick, so it hasn't adhered too strongly, but it's still a bit of a pain. And now I'm going to put the North Pole banner in there instead, which I like, which is cute, because it's kind of like Santa's workshop, you know, they're all busy making things, doing things. That's why I wanted that on there. So I'm going to do that again with little sentiment, and then I'm just going to put that same one that I'd already made straight onto the back. That just makes so much more sense. So just popping a little sentiment on the front with this Santa Workshop one as well. I always do this, you guys. I am constantly changing my mind and rethinking things, and yeah, it's all just a bit crazy. But I am happy with this final piece. So it's all going in together, and so that's got my BAKE, that's my food cut file there, and then I'm going to work with my photos. Now, it was a no-brainer for me to use it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas card, a 3x4 card. For one, because the colors just match that background paper I used in the bake beautifully. But for two, because this is literally the day before our Christmas Eve, which is when we have Christmas as my family and Katie's family together. And it's like the start of all of those family celebrations over the next 3 days. So I will just leave that card plain, but I am going to add a little bit of embellishing to these photographs. But nothing too crazy. This is going to be a fairly simple layout, actually. And then the journaling card, I will put a little bit of ephemera on. I, of course, need to put on my number as to what story this is. So we don't, even though I often call it December daily, it's not actually really daily. Sometimes the photos happen in the same day, or sometimes we'll skip a day and there'll be nothing that particularly Christmassy happens. So it's more like December stories or Christmas stories. And we just keep track, and we want to have about 31 stories from this month of December. And they're all a variety of things about New Year's and about this particular Christmas season now, and just a whole bunch of different bits and pieces. And so I think that's more the Ellie Edwards style, to have Christmas stories, and that just works so much better for us now. There was a couple of times back when I first started in 2016 that I did December daily. That was when Jack was 11 months old, and so I actually did do something sort of Christmassy every single day, because I had my first little baby and I had someone to do it with and do it for. But now that life is busier and more hectic, there'll be days when we're at work and we just don't do anything Christmassy. And that's okay, because then there are other days when we do 5 things Christmassy. So each one of those are their own little story, which I really love. So mostly this layout is done. It is just super quick and easy to create this one with those pockets in use, and then with the super fun cut file. That's it. So I'm really happy again with how this turned out. I probably, if I was going to do it again, may have cut my cut file in a different color. The white is easier to see in real life, but it is still a bit tricky to see. But I do love the overall look of it. I think it is super fun, and I think it's just a nice little insert to add next to these photos of Lincoln baking for Christmas. So I hope you have enjoyed following and watching along with this layout for day 8. I am really enjoying getting my way through these fabulous pages for Katie, and I can't wait to see you all again on day 10.